Hello, mamas. It's Coach Tian. I am so excited to be here in this group with you, and I'm thankful all of you are here. Coach Angela and Mama Fox and I, we're so excited to put this together for you all. So I'm glad you're here. Hope you've gotten settled in this first week and kind of seen the rhythm of things as we're going to go. I don't know about you, but I've already learned things this week. On Monday with Coach Angela, I didn't realize that when things say non-dairy, that they can still have dairy in them. That was a little shocking to me. And then on Wednesday with Mama Fox, of course, 80-20. That is certainly what we want to work on. And sometimes that's gonna look more like 90-10, and every once in a while it may really be really close to that 80-20. But make the best decisions you can, especially at this time of year. You know, I know we don't all need heavy S's as we go through this month. But certainly, you know, if there's something that you want to indulge in, or like Mama Fox talked about, if there's a traditional dish in your family, you know, don't get so rigid in your rules that you say, I can't have that. You can have it. You can choose not to have it. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to stop with that and get on to what I want to talk about today. Most of you know, at least for those of you who have worked with me before, or maybe are in my free group, or have seen me in Coach Mama Fox's group, I focus on gut health. And I got started in gut health because my dad struggles with Alzheimer's. And so years ago, I was looking for something to really help with that, as well as to help my husband and I to be more in a preventative mode for ourselves as well. My dad, just to give a real quick insight, my dad has been a sugar lover from the day I remember, as far back as I can remember. Cereal for breakfast, little Debbie cakes, he took those everywhere. He would always have those in his lunch. He would have a little snack in the evening. He's 83 years old and he still does that. So I am certainly 100% convinced that sugar has an impact on that. And so that's what has really pushed me. You know, 6 years ago, I gave up sugar and became a trim healthy mama. But that's what has pushed me into diving in and learning even more about what we can do to heal our guts and protect our guts, to help us live long and vibrant lives, to age well. So today I'm going to talk to you something. Some of you who know me and have worked with me are probably going to think, oh, is she going to talk about kefir? Is she going to talk about kombucha? Is she going to talk about fermented veggies? Nope. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that I want each and every one of you to have every single day. And then we're going to talk about the benefits of it and the why. And you don't even have to ferment anything yourself. It's apple cider vinegar. Okay? Now I know some of you have apple cider vinegar in your GGMS daily, but I want to talk a little bit about the real benefits of it and how I would like to see you use it, in addition to if you want it in your GGMS. That's perfectly fine. But apple cider vinegar, just to kind of give you a background on it, it is a fermented drink, but it does not have probiotics in it, like kombucha or, you know, kefir, water kefir, milk kefir, or even your fermented veggies. So it doesn't have the same probiotics in it. But what happens is those apples are fermented, and the skins on the apples help that fermentation process, and it basically turns into an alcohol. Then it goes through a second step, kind of like a second fermentation, I guess, a second step, and then that alcohol ferments into acetic acid, and that becomes our apple cider vinegar. So it's a different process than most of the other things I talk about as far as fermenting goes, but it is certainly so beneficial for you, so good for you. And in addition to just general gut and health and healing, it's good for your blood sugar. So we're going to talk about that too. I will post later today or tomorrow. Can't remember which. I'll have to look at that and see. I don't think I've scheduled it yet. So, but I will post all of the vitamins and minerals and everything that's in ACV and what those are good for. And I'm going to read off a few because I've got them in front of me just to make sure I don't miss any. But what I first want to tell you is, when you buy your apple cider vinegar, you want to make sure that you get raw, unfiltered, organic ACV, and it's going to say, it's probably backwards, I don't know, with the mother. Now, you may have seen that before and gone, why is there a mother in my ACV? It's kind of like if you think about kombucha, for those of you who are familiar with. You know, we have a SCOBY in kombucha. The mother in apple cider vinegar is kind of all the yeast stuff that helps all of that ferment and do its thing. So you want to make sure you get raw, unfiltered, organic ACV. That's going to be really what helps you with your gut and what's going to help you as well as I talk about with your blood sugar, okay? So let me just go through a few of the benefits of ACV with some of those vitamins and minerals, and just so you can be aware. So ACV has vitamin A, which is great for your eye health. I have macular degeneration, and so I am checked regularly, and my eye doctor, retina specialist, I can't remember what he's called now all of a sudden, he has been astounded. When they diagnosed it back in 2020, I had actually just gone to get a new pair of, nighttime driving glasses. That's when they diagnosed me, and I was shocked because I hadn't had any issues. But I go every 6 months to make sure everything is, like it should be. And I have, for those of you who are familiar with it, I have my little eye chart thing in my bathroom where I have to cover my eye and see if anything else is disappearing on the grid. It has stayed very stable. And I think a big key to that is it was around 2020, maybe late 2020, when I started getting into really gut health and healing. So I think that's had a big impact on my eye health. And I get my ACV in as well, which is a big part of that. So vitamin B1 is for your nervous system functioning. Vitamin B2, it's your skin, your hair, your nails, all of that good stuff. Vitamin B6, skin conditions, nerve damage. B12, red blood cell formation. I know we've heard a lot about B12. Vitamin C, we certainly want that with our immune system, which is a big part of overall gut health. We want our guts healthy and our immune systems strong. Vitamin E, again, for skin, nerve health. And then minerals, you've got calcium, chromium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, selenium, sodium, and zinc. All of those things are going to come from this little bottle. Isn't that awesome? You don't even have to ferment it. I know that's what will make some of you very, very happy. You can also find organic apple cider vinegar almost anywhere. This one's from Aldi. So Aldi, Walmart, your Sprouts, your Publix, all of those are going to have it. And you can also order it online. Since it does not have probiotics in it, it does not have to be refrigerated when you buy it. So it's going to be on the shelf. So you can order it online from Walmart, Amazon, if you can't find it locally. Your fermented items, your regular fermented items, you can't do that because they have to stay refrigerated or those probiotics will die. But since there's no probiotics in ACV, you can order it online if you want to. So let's talk about, in addition to your GGMS, apple cider vinegar has been shown that it may, I'm going to put may in there because we're all different, it may help to balance and decrease spikes of blood sugar if you drink it before a meal. And it can also help, or it may help, if you drink some before bedtime. It can help with your blood sugar overnight. Now, in order to do that, you really need 1 to 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar. I don't know about you, I don't like apple cider vinegar by itself. I don't like it plain. It's just a bit too much for me. So what I do is I make a little drink. It's about this big, I guess. It's about 5-6 ounces. And I'm going to post that later. I'll probably post a little video of making it. But I whip that up, and that's what you can have before a meal, before a snack, before bed. And that's going to get you 1 to 2 ounces in there at a time. I can tell you, the one I'm going to share with you, when you lift the glass, you're still going to be able to smell the apple cider vinegar, but when you drink it, you can't taste it, okay? So, and that's okay by me. When I was testing things out and I went to test it and drink it, I was like, oh no, that's still too much apple cider vinegar, too strong. But I went ahead and took a drink and I was like, oh, that's okay. So anyway, so mine is a cranberry one for the holidays. So I'm gonna share that with you. It's just simply cranberries with apple cider vinegar, some water, and some gentle sweet. And I'll give you the amounts. I'll post a graphic on it and maybe post a little video. You can put it all together. You can whip it up with just a frother, or you can put it in a blender. I've got a little magic bullet. You can blend it in that. When you blend it in that, between the apple cider vinegar and the cranberries, it gets very fizzy. So if you like fizzy drinks, that's a great way to do it. But it's something that you can enjoy just before your meal or your snack, like I said. And when you do that, that apple cider vinegar is going to go in, and then when you eat, hopefully, some good unplanned food, it's going to help balance any spike, any, tick that you may have in your blood sugar. Now, I'm going to go a little bit past that and talk a little bit more about the food that you do eat. From what I have found, and I'm not diabetic, so let me preface it with that, and I'm not a doctor, but from what I have found, I did get a continuous glucose monitor to test my blood sugar so that I could see how things affect my body. You can also do it with just a less than $20 monitor from Walmart. You can prick your finger and do the strips. If you're curious at all about how foods affect your blood sugar, that's a great way to do it. I can tell you, I thought everything was just great. I didn't have any negative effects when I would eat, some full e-meals. I felt fine. But what I found is my blood sugar wasn't fine. So that's something that if you're interested in going a little bit further, I know that's completely outside of the ACV, but just something for you to be aware of, something for you to look at if you are struggling and wondering how your body's processing things. So when you go to do your meals, if you'll do your ACV first and then have your big thing of veggies, raw veggies or cooked veggies, and then have your protein, and then if you've got carbs in your meal, eat your carbs last. What that's going to do is that's going to allow that ACV to get in there. Your veggies are going to be your fiber. They're going to get in there. Those are your probiotics too for your gut health. But they're going to go in, and then you'll have your protein, which you really need, and then your carbs will come in. And what will happen is you'll have that fiber, you'll have that nice layer of things in your digestive system. And so when those carbs come in, it's not going to be like bam and spike your blood sugar, okay? It's going to be more like, like an egg when you see dropped on foam, like in those mattress commercials. It's going to be like that when it gets in there. So it's going to be just a softer, a lighter effect on your blood sugar. That's not saying eat a ton of carbs because you've eaten a big bowl of veggies. Certainly, watch your carbs. Make sure you're doing those healthy carbs. But just try to balance things out. Use the apple cider vinegar and your veggies and your protein, then your carbs, and I think you're going to see a big difference in how your body's processing things, which may in turn show you a big difference in your genometer or your scale, however you measure things. But just something to keep in mind as you go through the holidays. There are heavy S's out there. We're going to enjoy those. But one more tool that you can have is to have a little apple cider vinegar before you enjoy that. So I hope that was helpful, mamas. Please put any questions or comments below. Be happy to answer those for you. I will go ahead and post the graphic for my cranberry bliss drink. I'll post that later this afternoon, and then I will also put together a little video just so you can see it. It's so easy. But like I said, you can do it with a frother or you can put it in the blender. If you like it fizzy, do it in the blender. If you do it with the frother, those cranberries are going to be whole. So you can just eat them at the end if you want, but they won't blend up, of course. So hope that was helpful. So glad you're here. Look forward to continuing to share things with you as we go, and hope you have a very blessed weekend. Thanks, mamas.